It's May 24th, and this is the video log. It takes 30,000 to a million. Now, I've had a rough day. I was down as much as $12,000, and now I'm only down 7.5. So this is the account. I'm going to take you through the account, show you the positions, and then talk a little bit about market overview and my thoughts on China. And I have a question, so if anyone knows the answer, please let me know. I'm sitting at 158,580 at the moment. The options are on the right. I'm going to scroll through it really quickly, and if you want to pause the video browser at any moment to try to figure out the exact positions, you're welcome to do so. The daily change is listed here in dollar amounts and then also in percentage terms. You can see lots of Chinese stocks, options, and leaps, and China went down today quite substantially. So you can see that reflected very clearly in my account. My American equities fell down the most, 2.5%. But Apple is down 0.7%. Bipshop had a huge down day, probably because of their dividend, but also reported loss on earnings, which that's what my question's about later. Realty income went up almost 2%. Main Street Capital climbed back to finish negative 1%. Similarly with Goldman Sachs, had about the same kind of performance. And then, surprisingly, Smith & Wesson actually went up 1.4%. So that's good. DIDI, surprisingly, also went up almost 3%. So they're set to delist. There's some news that they're finally doing it. Delist from NYSE. So they're going to be listed only in Hong Kong, I believe. I'm not sure if they're listed anywhere else. If anyone knows, let me know. And then actually was forced to buy some energy fuels, UUUU. So I own 200 shares of those. Probably not going to be selling them for a while. Maybe wait for the next uptick in the commodity cycle, of which I hope uranium participates in. And so this is the account from the investing tab. I'm very levered at the moment, sitting at back again at 48% nearly. 50% is 100% leverage, just to explain that. That would be double the account, because you can see here the equities are 158 and the margins 145. This is my account sorted by total return. Apple's at the top, followed by realty income, and then sorted by equity. Apple's at the top, followed by Goldman Sachs and Main Street Capital. Back to the account. So this is at the lows here, and this is towards the day. This is the week performance for those of you that are interested. And this is the 1 month performance, the 3 month performance, 1 year performance, all time. When I show the all time chart, I always have to disclaim that I started doing this account at about August 28th, 2018. That's why the line is so flat, because there wasn't any money in it. So somewhere around here. The account was only up about 3.63% at the time. Now I'm up 119%, which is, I guess, not that impressive. Probably on par with the market. I'm not sure. It was impressive at one point, I guess, here in 2021. It was up 177%, but now only 119. So if you want to take a look at the overall market picture of today, it was mostly red. Everything was red, especially communications services, Facebook, Google. Snapchat was down maybe like 40. Let's take a look. Snapchat was down maybe 43%, 42% now with the after hours movement. I guess ad revenue is really getting hit. Google got hit pretty hard, down 5%. You can see Facebook down 7.62%. But the whole communications sector, like Baidu, minus 6.67. Pinterest, down 23% today. A lot of tickers got hit. IQ got hit, minus 15%. brutal day, especially for advertisers. All right. When it comes to consumer defensives, they actually are in the green. Procter and Gamble. I know you can't see the whole map, but that's okay. You can get the picture. Walmart was up a little bit. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc. Costco, all the stuff was up like 1% or a little bit over 1%. Other sectors that were in the green were utilities, so very defensive the market today. And real estate was mixed. Healthcare was also up. Mostly the big companies, all the small, unapproved micro caps were all red, but all the big pharmas were in the green. And then we have financials also slightly in the red. Financials were mixed, and then credit services were all red. Biotechs all red, virtually. And then big tech is also basically all red. Same with semiconductors, chip makers, all red. Software, all red. It's a very bad day in the market for growthy like development tech sectors. It's mostly that healthcare, utilities, and consumer defensives got the bid. Everything else is out cold. So I've been looking at reading some stuff on Alibaba. Chinese stocks got killed. I want to show you something on JD real quick. So down 7%, but they issued out a dividend, a one-time special dividend. Mine happens to be 310. Like I mentioned, it's a little bit lower. It's a little bit higher than I expected, but $310, that's for 250 stocks. Most of my positions are in leaps. So the leaps don't get the benefit of receiving dividend income. So that's one downside of holding leaps. Normally all that stuff is priced in, but I don't think this dividend was priced in when I bought the stocks. I mean the leaps. So unfortunately, that's what it is. Gonna have to deal with that. But still getting some cash here. So you can see 250 shares. The amount per share is $1.24, which is quite large, considering the shares are priced at under $50 now, for a total amount of 310. Now, the thing is, like, they report. Let's go back to JD. They reported earnings apparently, and it was negative. I guess it hasn't reflected yet. But the thing is, like, the way I understand it, so here's my question, you guys, right? The way I understand it, I've read a little bit about it, and perhaps maybe I'm wrong, but the reason why we see some of these losses in a bear market in Chinese stocks is because they actually count the gains and loss from their holdings portfolios, and they all have holding portfolios. They all these companies own a bunch of each other. They own snippets of each other's of their competition, so they kind of move together as sectors, as kind of an insurance in case they fail against their competitor, I guess. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is exactly, but like every single big company is a holding company in China, it seems like, especially Alibaba and Tencent. But even JD owns a bunch of stock in other companies too. So, but anyway, the way I understand it is that whenever there's a capital gain or capital loss, the way it's counted in China is that it gets reflected into their earnings. Now, this may be fake news, but as far as I understand, that's how it works. And that's probably one of the main reasons why these Chinese stocks keep reporting losses in their quarterly earnings reports when the stock markets are down, because obviously their portfolios suffer. So I think that's what's going on here with all the Chinese market. Now, if anybody has any insight on how the reporting works over there, please let me know, or at least point me to some kind of resource where I can do some reading, because it's hard to find good resources nowadays. Like, I don't even know if what I'm reading is correct, and that's actually how accounting works in China. So if anyone knows any knowledge about that, let me know. In fact, I haven't taken a look at the Smith & Wesson position today. See how it did. Okay, that's interesting. So it's up about $14.17. I'd be happy if this goes up to 15, really, and I can exit. Anyway, a little bit of a depressed day, but I hope that it's the case of the reversal Tuesdays. So tomorrow, the green Monday trend resumes, but we'll see if that is actually the case. But anyway, let me know how you guys did today. If some of you are sitting on cash or maybe defensives, you probably had a positive day. I want to know if you had a positive or a negative day. All right, I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to keep it nice and short. Probably do another video tomorrow. I've been doing them every day now, so it's been fun. All right, and reviewing companies. By the way, since I'm talking about reviewing companies, let me know if you want me to talk about a company and give my opinion on it. All right, I'm going to end it right there. Peace out. Let me know if you have a green day, if you had a green day or red. Peace.